Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for sports. Brought to you by the Marquee Network. Stream Cubs baseball at watchmarquee.com.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, streaming that game last night, there was some good. Then it turned horribly bad. I'm talking heartbreaking. The Cubs leading 6-4 when Hector Neris came in the game to get the save in the ninth. And people booed in Wrigley when he was walking in because they knew what was on the way. And clearly it was. I will not play the call. I just watched and I thought, should I play the call of the hit?
Was it sad?
It's it's so
It's awful.
rough. He blew the blown save. And not only that, to be up 6-4 and then lose 7-6 on a 3-run homer, Strada gave him the lead. And, even though after that, Neris retired a couple batters. And here was one. This is where I'm going to try to turn it into a positive.
Okay.
Listen to the Giants announcers when Patrick Wisdom was up in the bottom of the ninth. And a pitch came that was literally 4 feet out of the strike zone. And they called it a strike. I don't know why you do that at Wrigley in the home field, But here's the call. They were even confused. This is the Giants announcers.
Big pitch here. Wisdom, who's got a lot of power. Wow. Got the call there. Wisdom can't believe it, and neither can I.
It's been one of those games.
See if Camilo can take.
I just didn't even know what to say on
That's
how
a
bad.
tough one. That's tough look when the announcers are like, oh, I don't think that was a strike for our team.
Just one of those games.
Those days.
Yeah. Oh, what a terrible loss. Cubs and White Sox both in last place. They'll do it again tonight. I'll be going to tomorrow's day game if anybody's going. Take a look out. I'll be with 9 other people.
Oh,
We got a
well,
whole
I
week-
wish you good luck and prosperity at the game.
Yeah. It's, it's still summer. See you in
Oh
baseball.
my God! This is the saddest sports report I've ever heard. Brian, you can't speak in complete sentences right now. What's wrong with you?
It's just very depressing. It's not supposed to be like this case. We're not supposed to be in last place. You don't understand.
It's not even July. And the NBA, we'll get to that in a second. They ended, and tonight the Stanley
is
Cup.
that finally over?
No, thank God that was on. It was actually exciting compared to
Oh my
what
God.
Chicago baseball's been.
How long are they going to play basketball?
Well,
Ideally, all year, 365 days a year.
wish it would have kept going, honestly. But yeah, it's just kind of rough. The trade deadline hasn't happened yet, and both in last place. Cubs in a better position because of the compression of the division. Whereas, what do we say? The White Sox are 27 games out of first.
So here's where I can offer good news to Cubs fans. Kenzie, do you want this?
Yeah.
Okay. All
It's
right.
actually good news.
I have actually good news.
Okay.
You have to remember, there are now 3 spots for the wild card teams to make the playoffs. The Cubs are only 2 games out of the last wild card spot.
Amen. So we're
There's-
going to win the World Series.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. There's only 5 teams in the National League out of 15 that are over 500 right now. They are in play. The Cubs season is not over. They could actually be a playoff team by the end of this week. Okay, fine. Be a hater. Be negative. I don't care.
Yeah, why are you so negative,
I'm
Brian?
trying
What's
to
wrong with
offer
you?
Northsiders some hope here.
Yeah, what is wrong with you? Why would you hit that button? Look at me. Look at me in the face.
I'm not going to look at you. I'm not going to look.
I'm looking right at you.
No,
you
I
look like
know.
a dog that bit somebody. Why don't you look at me?
That dog that looks away, but then he looks at you on the side eye.
Why are you looking at me?
So they'll do it again tonight. I can't wait to go tomorrow, actually taking out-of-towners over to the game, my family from out of town. And then the Astros on the south side tonight. And then tomorrow night, thinking about doing this, believe it or not.
Okay.
What?
Thinking about doing the Cubs day game and then taking them to the White Sox night game.
That's how to do it.
That's a lot of baseball, and I love these hot summer night baseball games I don't go to as much because of our schedule. So I think I want to do that.
Can I ask you a question about going to the game tomorrow?
Yes.
Have you plotted out what you're going to eat yet?
Well,
Oh, that's fun.
not to sound privileged, okay, here.
Okay.
What is? I honestly don't know what you're about to say next.
I'll be getting in the White Sox game because my wife's company has a suite.
God, I should have married Megan.
You should have.
What a mistake.
And she was explaining to her family out of town, our family, that they have a dessert cart that goes around. Now, what I'm wondering is, and she tried to start pushing it too prematurely, that the s'more shake will be on this dessert cart. And I go, ho down. They're having shortages with the s'more shake.
First off, you called your wife a hoe.
I said, ho down. Ho down.
Why, did she trip?
Well, I said, like, ho down, okay? Don't promise them a s'more shake Because that's
not going to be on the cart.
I didn't think so either.
It's totally not.
Because it's too elite.
I've experienced the dessert cart many times at Wrigley. It's not. It's like a different. Like,
It's good, though.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's a different set of desserts.
Yes.
Yes.
I
It's
think
its own thing. They got the rainbow cake. They have all the caramel dipped apples, like with different things. They have different cookies. They have some ice cream.
You can make your own sundae.
Yes, they have the little cheesecake thing. They got. I always go for a different. I love caramel apples.
Yeah.
But it's not like what's in the park. It's
I
a
can't
dessert
imagine
cart.
the s'more shake will be on that cart.
Wait, a pre-make all is gonna be melty. Doesn't make it. You can't do it.
They'll have to go to the 300 level like Case found him.
So, again, anybody that wants to go to a White Sox game and wants to get the campfire milkshake, go to the left field area of the ballpark, right by the New Era store in left field. You'll see stairs that go up to the Vizzy Bar. Go to the Vizzy Bar. That'll be where you get your campfire milkshake. $15 worth every penny.
Now, can you tell Brian how to get there from his luxury suite?
I believe a drone comes and picks me up and carries me like
You get to ride
claw
a
game?
horse. No, you get to ride a horse down.
like I'm rising from the dead like Jesus up to the
Interesting.
s'more shake zone.
They have that on the south side?
Oh, they got one of those.
Wow, I did not know that.
Well, Megan's company suite has that.
Of course.
It's very good company, doing well. Okay, Celtics beat the Mavs last night, in Game 5 to win the NBA championship. It was kind of predicted. Celtics were rolling. It was an easy game. Jaylen Brown plays for the Celtics. Posted a tweet from 2014 from his Twitter. I love old Twitter when you go on there.
Normally
What do you
a
mean?
dangerous game.
What do you mean you love old Twitter?
Like when people post something that
I miss
from like
the
10
old
years ago.
Twitter.
Yeah. Actually, old Twitter was better, but also when people post one of those old tweets. And Jaylen Brown posted one when he was 17 years old in 2014. He said, "My teacher said she will look me up in the Cobb County Jail in 5 years." Wow. Meaning he was going to amount to nothing, and now he's got a championship. Now, also weird tweet from a teacher. This was a motivational tactic because Jaylen Brown is a genius for the Celtics. He was taking master level courses while he was playing at Cal basketball, and he does like robotics camps. He's an entrepreneur. He like literally is a almost Mensa genius level guy, and he's also an NBA champion.
Well, listen, there are teachers like this. I had a very, very similar experience, except I didn't end up with a bunch of money. But when I was in high school, I always took, for anything like English related, that's right, I'm not good at math, I'm not good at science, I own that, it's fine. But I was always very, very good at any English class. So I was yearbook editor, I was in AP English each year. Like I was in journalism class, like I had all those, right? And I was in AP English my senior year, which I had done for years, and it was no problem. And I had a teacher, like, I spent hours on paper, and she gave me an F. This teacher was Mrs. Stipple. She sucked. And
Calling her out.
absolutely, she's the worst person I've ever met. So I was like, how is this, like, an F? And she goes, I just wanted to see if you had it in you to rewrite it.
That's
And
what
go-
I think this teacher was
I'm
doing
like,
to him.
Listen, are you like? I know you want a movie made after you. It's not going to happen. So I just wanted to drop the class because I'm like, I have to work full time. I'm not one of the rich privileged kids that you have in these classes. So I have a full time job and I'm slammed. I don't have time for your antics to be home all night and redo a paper because you think it's going to teach me a lesson and you're going to end up a blockbuster success because it's not going to happen. And so I
Might
wanted,
have. Sounds like a good movie. Sounds like Dangerous Minds.
so I wanted to drop the class. And she thought she was a genius because she goes, you know what I think? And because I was waiting for it to go through, it took like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I go, what? And she goes, that you just stop doing work in this class because you're going to be out of it. I go, how long did it take to figure that out? Like, you think, like, you really way to get there. And she said to me, if I were your parents, I'd be super worried for your future. And I'm like, well, I already have a scholarship to college, so they're not super stressed about it. But
Well,
I will see you later.
I actually like those teachers because I needed someone to push me and be motivated. And so I
Right.
like those ones that came after me like that, like Jaylen Brown's teacher probably did there too. I just needed that. I mean, I was pretty chill in high school.
You needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I didn't.
Well,
You know,
I'm just saying,
like,
I'm happy that teachers that go that route and are like
that
really
fail
in.
kids on purpose because they think it's going to make them look good.
Well, maybe your paper just wasn't perfect.
No,
Maybe it
she
could have been better.
literally admitted, I just wanted to see if you had it in you to write another one.
Well-
like I don't. That's not what being a teacher is. Like having you grade it based on how good it is.
Well, like you said, you were like ready to cash out, so maybe you could have done a better paper. That's what I'm saying.
Oh God, Brian, that was before that. But okay, way to follow.
I followed it clearly.
I don't think
said
so.
yes, I did. You said you wait. Okay, whatever. I think I like teachers that push people. I like that go too far sometimes because I needed that. Like a lot of kids need that. You know what I mean?
Not really.
I think a lot of kids need to be pushed.
A lot of kids need motivation. They don't need teachers who like. There's great teachers, okay, but then there's teachers who are doing it like for their own ego. There's like a difference. There's both. There's teachers who care, and then there's teachers who are like, aha, I have this like reputation.
They say, aha.
Yes.
All right, so finally, in Wrigleyville, this is sad to me. It's because I'm just growing up in the rooftops and going to them and hosting a lot of things from Q101. I used to call them Roof Rage back in the day. The couple rooftops on Sheffield, there's 3 in a row that might be torn down to make room for a new apartment building. There'll be 29 units, and there'll be pickleball courts on the roof. Now, this is very sad to me. I get it that progress is needed in some form, and they've done a lot of great things around Wrigley Field to make it better, but the rooftops all the way around are so enjoyable. Now, a lot of them have been blocked by some of the new parts of Wrigley Field that have gone up, the scoreboards and all that. But to make it so you can play pickleball on the roof while watching Wrigley Field, while watching the Cubs go on, I don't know. I just wish these old buildings that are 123 years old around Wrigley would be retained as landmarks. This hasn't been done yet, but the owners want to do this of those 3 buildings on Sheffield because literally I get the problem. Their views have been blocked by a lot of the new stuff that's gone up, and they're like, well, what am I going to do here? So I got to make a higher building to see over them. You know what I mean? But it also sucks because they're historic, beautiful buildings. There's only so many of them. There's like 13 of them from around Sheffield and Waveland. So if they go away, you're just losing more of that charm of Wrigleyville. You know what I mean?
Are they all going away?
Just 3 buildings.
3 buildings.
3 buildings
for
on
big
Sheffield.
old pickleball.
Well, for a new apartment building that will go up, and then they'll put pickleball courts on the roof, allegedly.
I'm almost surprised they're going to let like apartments be there because there's a lot of people who can watch the game for free.
Yeah, I mean, the Cubs kind of own or have partnerships with them all now. That way they're part of the profits that happened with those buildings, which happened a good like 14, 15
you know how,
years ago.
There's like MLB like blackout rules. Do you think they'll be like, well, you have to wear a blindfold on this day because Marquis not airing that game.
Yeah,
you
sorry,
can't do
yeah.
that.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
And Clash with Kenzie is sponsored by the Schaumburg Boomers. For tickets, visit boomersbaseball.com. And Jenny competing for the NASCAR Chicago Street Race weekend tickets. So that's for both days, July 6th and 7th. Visit NASCARchicago.com for tickets and event info. You got the Black Keys playing, among others. So an incredible weekend of sports and music. And Jenny, ahoy, tell us something really quick about yourself.
I am a Grubhub driver, and I actually started doing it to pay off my massive student debt and did that in a year and a half. So,
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
You paid it off? It's gone?
yeah, it's like $47,000 in a year and a half.
Way to
Whoa.
go. That's awesome.
And was that a side hustle with another job?
It started as a side hustle, but now I do it exclusively.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's amazing. That's good to hear. Because I see people doing it, and I wonder really how much you're taking home and how much it divides up. Because some people say the company will take a certain amount more, and you're not really earning enough, and that's crazy.
I do drive a lot. I do deliveries a lot. So I do it more than what I would consider normal.
Okay.
So, but it is very good money.
You're hustling, girl. I love it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, hopefully you get some free stuff here, and with your driving skills, you can actually race in the Chicago NASCAR Street Race coming up here July 4th weekend. So
That is not what you have the chance to win right now, though. I would like to clarify.
you can jump in there.
Jenny, what do you drive?
I actually drive a smart car, one of those little, it's a Mercedes car. I don't know. It's just a little, it looks like a Matchbox car.
Oh, yeah, no, you could get in the street race. You could be good.
Well, that thing's going to fly.
Yeah, that thing moves.
Weightless.
Yeah, the torque on it's unbelievable.
It's an amazing car.
All right, first 1 to 5 woods. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails right now on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Tails?
Did you say tails?
Yeah.
It is tails.
Perfect.
All right, here we go, girl. You ready?
Yep.
What 6-letter hairstyle is associated with the phrase business in front and party in the back?
A mullet.
A mullet is right. Kenzie, what 6-letter word is an exercise that combines a squat, a push-up, and a jump in the air?
The burpee.
That's a burpee. Those can be brutal.
Oh, not a fan.
yeah.
Not a
You
fan.
did a burpee once?
I've done a few burpees in my day.
Do one right now, just really fast. How fast can you do a
I
burpee?
would really rather not.
How fast can you do it?
I don't know. We can do it maybe after trivia because I
I'll get a video of it.
I have to mentally prepare to do a burpee.
Right after this, we're gonna take a video of you and Brian both doing a burpee. I want to see who can do one faster.
I used to be an expert at burpees.
Really?
I did, believe it or not.
I don't know. I think you need to get Stairway to Heaven ready. I think I'm going to be on the floor for a minute and play a long song.
This is gonna be good.
This floor is not good for a burpee.
It's
What
not.
does
It's
that
not
mean?
burpee floor.
Because you need like a cushioned floor, like the rubber gym floor.
For one?
yes,
Yes,
for
absolutely.
one.
Oh my God.
And speaking of one, it's 1-1 back to Jenny.
Jenny, nice tie-in. Jenny, what children's toy involves 2 ordinary light bulbs and a special cooling chamber?
No clue, honest. No
Okay.
clue. Not even a guess.
Kenzie.
Easy bake oven.
The Easy Bake Oven, Jenny.
Duh. Oh my God.
Oh, my God.
All right, 2-1 back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, what fast food chain is known for their beef and cheddars?
Arby's.
All right, that was
Next. Let's go,
Yeah, that was a little
baby.
targeted. Jenny, I just did sports a second ago. What team won the 2024 NBA Finals? What team?
Detroit Pistons?
The Pistons. Well, that'd be amazing if the Pistons won.
They were, in fact, the worst team in the NBA this year.
Exactly.
Kenzie?
I hate this
You
because
were-
I know
you-
that there's one team that I just keep thinking is there and they're not. But I think it was like Irish. It was we said last week the Celtics.
Yes.
Okay.
Celtics won last
God,
night.
but the Pacers aren't in it.
No, I wish
Who
they
did
were.
the Celtics play?
Well, they played the Mavericks in the finals. They played
That's-
the Pacers the round before
It
that.
doesn't even ring a bell. Like I just thought the Pacers have been there for so long.
No, I wished, but
Okay.
unfortunately not. Now, I have bad news for Jenny, who I really want to win to see her in the NASCAR street race with her smart car. She has 1 point, Kenzie has 4 points, and it's back to Kenzie.
Kenzie,
Yeah.
for the win. What instant messaging app features a green speech bubble with a white phone as its logo?
What's that?
WhatsApp is right. Dang it, Jenny. I'm sorry, but Kenzie was on a roll.
Exactly. She always is.
Yeah.
I like her.
So I'd love to just hand them to you, but I can't. We want to see your smart car going around the
Well,
track.
let's
but
at least send her a prize pack. Let's go for the little,
you got something,
little
okay.
prize pack action.
you can wear that when you're delivering food. We'd appreciate the shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Well, don't use her. I'm
Hey.
trying to hook her up with something, not use her.
I'm like the smoker camel company that
Good
passed
Lord.
out free cigarettes. All right, hang on, girl. We'll get you a shirt, but everybody else stay put because we still have these tickets and we're going to play Lincoln Park. So 3 minutes, 12 seconds is your chance to get tickets to the NASCAR Chicago Street Weekend where you'll see the Black Keys and, of course, racing. Meow. So that's coming up in 3 minutes when you hear God Bless the Baby, Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
All right, we will talk about has music, your music choices, your fave music ever screwed up your relationship? We have something to read on the air in about a couple minutes away. We'll do that. We're going to play Weezer. We're going to have Gil Curtis, and then we'll talk about that. But you can get on the phones right now at 312-591-8300 if you want to talk about that somehow where your significant other's music taste you just hated. And did the relationship survive it? We're going to read something, a post from a crew member that something's going on in their relationship that's unbelievable. But first, we're going to pour one out. Sadly, a great lady, Nancy McKenzie, was the voice of Marge Simpson and Mrs. Keene in Latin America on the Latin American version of The Simpsons. She just passed away at the age of 81. Very sad. This woman was prolific in voiceover, in dubbing stuff of American shows for there.
No kidding. In fact, she was Daisy Duke on the Dukes of Hazzard
Wow.
series. She did. And these are the Latin dubs, keep in
Right,
mind. That's
right,
what we're
right.
saying. So she was also Cruella de Vil in the Disney movies, 1997 and 2003. She was Mulan's mom in Mulan 1 and 2. Trinity in The Matrix.
That's crazy.
This woman, Winifred Sanderson in Hocus Pocus. Blanche from Golden Girls.
Oh, no.
Daphne from Scooby-Doo. This list is insane. Velma from the Flintstones.
Wow.
She just did so many iconic characters. And she was actually good at voices. Like true voices.
Yeah, and like literally one of the most prolific in dubbing in Latin America for all of the American shows. She passed away at the age of 81, and she was Marge Simpson. So I just did a little dive. I was just curious if she could, copy that perfectly. Marge Simpson's voice is incredibly unique in the American version with the raspiness. So I went to an episode here where they're watching TV, and Homer's like licking the plate, and they're all watching TV. But Homer's voice is first. Wait, just hear the guy that did Homer. We'll do that first. Licking the plate.
Marge, compra platos transparentes. No puedo ver la tele.
What is that? What is that?
Hashtag not my Homer Simpson.
I can barely understand him. What is that?
And you know Spanish.
I can't understand.
Oh, here's Marge.
Es necesario ver televisión comiendo. Siempre se cae la comida.
Oh, she was incredible
That's
at Marge.
Marge Simpson. I know that.
That's Marge Simpson.
She really did that rasp. That's interesting. Good for her, man. She could really do voices.
Okay, now again, this is Homer.
Marge, compra platos transparentes. No puedo ver la tele.
Not happening. Not a fan.
He's like, you know what? I'm going to do my voice. I'm just going to go with my voice.
No, but you see, you're supposed to be Homer, like, dow. Homer goes, dow. Nope, I'm doing my voice. I'm just gonna keep doing that. It's gonna be fine.
Marge, compra platos transparentes. No puedo ver la tele.
Oh, man. But pouring one out for Nancy McKenzie. Again, her Marge Simpson was amazing.
Televisión comiendo. Siempre se cae la comida.
That's Marge. Pouring one out. A very sad loss. 81 years old. Here's Gil Curtis with your other headlines.
This is not headline news. Paul McCartney turns 82 today. He'll celebrate with his new song, Strawberry Ensure Forever. Final copies of Coldplay's next album will be made from recycled plastic bottles. So it'll be figuratively and literally trash. Walmart is opening a private label fashion line called No Boundaries. Perfect for many Walmart customers whose waistlines have no boundaries. And a hummingbird eats twice its body weight each day. Great news for many Americans who can now say, I'm eating like a bird. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.